Here we go. Rob or Shane, either one. That's just a radio, so if you'll need that for the space.
Great.
Thank you.
Well, good morning. I'm pleased to tell you that I am not the tallest county commissioner in the state. But I will certainly stand up. I enjoy standing and speaking and things that we have in common. I am humbled and I'm pleased to sit and hear the school district and the community that I personally represent as commissioner to invest in parks, buildings, streets, infrastructures like potential storm shelters for our children, enhancing the safety there, and encouraging us to support an enhancement of their athletic facility. To me, that deserves another round of applause. They have done an amazing task. Please. It's a true honor to represent Paola. Having been in Artie's chair at one time in the city council, I know the important tasks and roles that they have. Their support for the county has been amazing. Their help in us in trying to solve some major problems, and certainly ones that we have facing us, is very important. As everybody in this room knows, a year ago, a little less than a year ago, you, the voters, went out and supported a quarter-cent sales tax to build a new jail. And for me, I would appreciate if you give yourself a round of applause. That was a tremendous act by the city of Paola. Please. No, we haven't decided where it's going to be built, but that decision is coming. We have an architect hired. He's supposed to bring his results to us by the end of January. Look at the sites that really came to light or was highlighted during our public hearings here a few months ago. And those sites are well known around the courthouse and a greenfield site outside of town. Those sites will be looked at or are being looked at by an architect to determine both the cost and the issues that are involved in order to make that a good sheriff jail facility for the next 50 years. I'm sure you have a lot of questions about that, so I thought I'd hit that right off the bat. But again, thank you. Miami County is 32,600 people strong, with a budget of about a little more than $32,600. $32,650,000. Wouldn't it like it to be $32,000? The $32 million is a strong number. We intend to be a regional player in this area. There are commissioners involved in activities that take us from Miami County through the northern part of the region through Mid-America Regional Council. And there's commissioners involved in the region south. Myself, I recently was appointed chairman of Kansas Works, which represents the whole 17 counties to our south and southeast. So we are pinned to put ourselves in a position where we are and continue to be a regional player. All of us know of the activity that happened in southwest Johnson County, and it's called an intermodal. It's changing the way our transportation is looked at in Miami County. Think not there's going to be a lot of trucks drive through our county. Would you all agree? There's going to be transports that's going to use 68 Highway and 223rd Street and those areas between to get from east to west. They're going to find the shortest route. When their final implementation of the intermodal, something in the neighborhood of 10,000 to 11,000 trucks a day. That's a lot of transportation. But that's a great thing, because that's going to bring us and make us a pivotal place. Because what I heard here just a few moments ago was, we're an amazing, great place to live. Do you agree with that? We're an amazing, great place to live. Paola, Lewisburg, Spring Hill, Osawatomie, Fontana, we're an amazing place to live. That message is being heard across the region. Do I think we got all our problems solved? Absolutely not. But we got some great people in place to make that happen. Last year was evident of that. We saw, for the first time in several years, an increase in our building starts. 32 new homes was built in Miami County last year. 32. That is 9 more homes than was built the year before. People are beginning to see the value of our communities in our area. There's 17,000 people that live outside of the cities. And that's positive. Those folks come into your businesses, they buy your goods, they take your cars home, they use your schools, And they're the people that really will continue to grow these cities. Miami County has a lot going for it. Last year, our EMS department, I hope that nobody in this room ever has to call 911. I hope there's never a reason in your life to call 911. But last year, I did. Last year in April, I had a heart attack. And I needed that ambulance to take me from and to. And let me share something with you. I will sell this to anybody in Miami County. If you bypass the Miami County Hospital, you're missing one of the best gyms we have. I went to the Miami County Hospital, and within 10 minutes they diagnosed my situation, took care of my problem, dispatched me to the right folks to help me have the stents put in I needed. I'm sharing my medical situation so that you know you got a great hospital in your county that serves the people. And you got a guy named Paola over there that is our community leader that's making that possible. Thank you, Paul. Thank you. Thank you. What an amazing community we have where we can take care of our people. Our EMS department last year saw 3,029 transports. 3,029. That's huge. We have 2 stations, one in Paola and one in Lewisburg. 4 ambulances. That's a huge burden. 24-hour, 7-day-a-week service. They brought in $1,700,000 last year. Most of that money all of that money goes to take care of the ambulance service. Self-sufficient, not entirely. Your tax dollars pays for part of it. Of the $32,700,000 budget Miami County has, about 60% of that is taxes. Your property taxes, your vehicle taxes. The rest are either fees, certain mortgage registration fee, fees within the building planning zoning department. Last year, Miami County had 384 new building permits that came in through improvement of homes, ag buildings, new properties, whatever. That brought a $16 million increase in property valuation. The more property valuation, the less our taxes will be. The more people we have investing in our communities, that's in the county, not in the cities. And for that, I thank you. You know what? I know that you folks, some of you will talk about the jail here shortly, but what do you suppose is the number one thing that people ask the county commissioner? Nobody? Bingo. Earlier in this gathering, a gentleman came up to me and he said, "Do I live in your district?" Okay. Now, I've been doing this 5 years. Now, that's a cue for me. I don't know. Where do you live? Oh, no, you live in that other commissioner's district. That's what I told him. I quickly corrected myself. Because my next question was, what's wrong with your road? Right? Well, Miami County's road and bridge budget's about $6 million. It doesn't pay for all the salaries. It takes care of roads. Last year, we were able to improve, I don't want to misquote JR or he'll have my skin here. We replaced or rebuilt roads on Pleasant Valley, north of 295th. The 8th Street Bridge in Osawatomie, have you been across that? The 8th Street Bridge is called the Creamery Bridge. Miami County won an award for that. Shane will share that in a minute. A regional award for its reconstruction and its preservation. It's a martial arts bridge and was remarkably redesigned and rebuilt. And thanks to Pfefferkorn Design, our own hometown engineering firm. So, and I might add that the young lady over there picked the colors for it. So if you need a good, somebody to do a color scheme for your home, for your business, or for a bridge, okay? That's called hometown, folks. That's what's putting your talents in service right before your people. Another one was 399th west of Indianapolis. In Hillsdale, the bridge that goes to Hillsdale Lake, 255th Street, was completely replaced this year. 255th Street east of Hillsdale. Now next year, our intent is to build, replace, rehab 8 different bridges. The first one I'll mention is the bridge just west of Paola on 303rd Street. Yes, you go west on Peoria, turns to 303rd. That's a part of your sales tax money. In 2000, I believe it was, we Miami County citizens voted a quarter-cent sales tax for the purpose of building or replacing or rehabilitating the bridges. We have some 300 bridges in Miami County, some of which are in horrible shape. But thank God that in 99, 2000, the citizens voted a quarter-cent sales tax, which I have a document I'll leave for you. I want to show you. This will get left up here. You can pick one out. In those 10 years, actually from 2001 until 2013, that's a little more than 12 years, we have collected and administered $10,173,000 in quarter-cent sales tax to build, replace, rehab bridges. Build, rehab, or replace bridges. Sales tax dollars, not your property taxes. Now, that married with other funds. When the county has money that it can put aside in order to match state and federal highway funds, we're able to accomplish a lot. And that first batch of bridges that was promised by the county was five. In the 12 years that we're completing this year, we will fund and rehab 31 new bridges. Thank you. Thank you. That's huge. That $10 million netted Miami County an additional $13,240,000. $13,240,000 that came out of your state and federal income taxes, yes, that was allocated by those folks for transportation purposes. When you put $1 down and you're able to match it with $1.25, that's huge. And those increases and solves the problems that we said. Roads. Bridges replaced gets people to and from. Roads rehabbed from gravel to asphalt makes transportation much better. And it makes the coming and going to this city a better prospect. We're not completed yet. This next year, we have 8 new bridges that we intend to replace, in addition to the 303rd Street. 303rd Street was the promise made by your county to completely replace that bridge to the west of town. We'll be engaging the cities here shortly to ask their input and their valuable insight on what's the next projects, because sometime here in the next year we're going to be coming to ask for a renewal of that quarter-cent sales tax. And we can't do it without the city of Paola, Swatomie, Lewisburg, and Spring Hill's input. It's where it comes from. The sales tax is collected right here in these locations. So we have a lot to be grateful for. As I said, we're an amazing, great place to live. We take care of ourselves. Economic development, without it, I think we'd be missing a tremendous amount of value. Janet McRae, as you know, has been leading our economic development and partnering with the cities across Miami County. This is our first year to be completely vetted into the Mid-America Regional Council. How many of you know what Mid-America Regional Council represents? Wow, I'm talking to this is another education we have, Shane. Opportunity. Mid-America Regional Council is a consortium of how many counties? 9 counties. Yeah, it's the entire metropolitan Kansas City area. Jackson County, Johnson County, Cass County, Miami County, Leavenworth County, Wyandotte County, and I'm probably missing a few. Essentially, that nucleus of counties had come together, create this entity whereby the federal government, state government uses in order to bring funding through. And it actually examines and manages a lot of the assets that come into the Kansas City area. Most of your transportation dollars is coming through that network. I think, Jay, weren't you just recently appointed to that? I will represent the county starting this month on the Mid-America. Ron Stiles had been. Our involvement there is critical to our future, because that's how we get federal and state dollars. They'll come to our region. And that the involvement for Miami County is critical. The metropolitan planning, that's what's called the MPO. The reason we got into that, it hubs on the intermodal that got built. The transportation studies that were being done did not include the county and couldn't include the county unless we chose to get involved with it. In addition to that, it's the entity that helps provide the health insurance for Miami County employees. We have about 190 employees representing a ton of money for health insurance, and by transferring our service to the Mid-America Regional Council, it reduced our tax burden for health insurance by 35%. So it's important for us to be a regional player in that marketplace. This past year, the Economic Development Department sponsored a job fair in Osawatomie, a job fair that represented 20-some businesses in and out of our county and netted 200 citizens to come and find jobs. We need jobs. We need a lot of jobs in our region. Thank you.
Thank you, Rob.